There's also just an onslaught of filings to track other coins, Solana, XRP, HBAR. What's your take on that? Do you think we're going to see those get launched as well?
The opening was from Bloomberg today discussing ETF launches for Solana, XRP, and HBAR. And you best believe there's going to be a whole lot more. This is what winning looks like. We are on the precipice of full integration with traditional finance. Now, today I was listening to Bankless, and they were talking about the new IRS regulations that go into effect not until 2027. But as of now, all broker dealers would need to 1099 crypto traders. And who's a broker dealer? Well, kind of everyone. In the IRS's mindset, they're looking at decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, wallets like MetaMask, and that would be a nightmare. That could kick them totally out of the US market. Can you imagine MetaMask having to collect all your tax information, issue you 1099s? Like, it'd probably put them out of business. But for XRP, this might be one of the greatest things that ever happened. Now, let me be clear here. No one knows exactly how this plays out. And there'll be a lot of arguments here, but this really could play into XRP's future as a massive DeFi platform for a couple reasons. Let's take a look at this. I put this post up. Breaking: the IRS could give XRP a major advantage over other DeFi platforms. Think of that. The one area we have trailed for so long, we could catapult to the head of the line here. The IRS has finalized regulations that will require DeFi brokers to report gross proceeds from digital asset transactions starting in 2027. This includes issuing 1099s to users. So Joe Lubin's going to have to say, yo, what's your name, address, social security number, collect all that data, issue you 1099s. Like, that's killer. That's killer for his platform. And to be clear here, I don't want that to happen. I don't think it should, but that's the path we're going down right now, just to make sure we understand this. And this would force decentralized platforms to comply with tax reporting akin to traditional financial institutions or exit the US market, as really XRP had to do for the whole entire last bull run. Now, unlike typical DeFi platforms, the XRP ledger is built in. It's DEX, it's decentralized exchange. It is built into the protocol and operates natively. So one of the things they're looking at when they look at MetaMask, when they look at Uniswap, is the fact, you know what, someone's running those systems, someone's collecting fees for that. You know, these are enterprises, very similar to any kind of business. So they're saying, hey, you want to run a little decentralized business? You're going to collect your money for doing so? You're a broker dealer. Now, in a pro-crypto regulatory environment, maybe this goes away. But, it makes sense from the IRS standpoint because they're like, we don't want to play these games. If people aren't issued paperwork, a lot of them will try to skip on their taxes. Not a smart thing, when you're trading on a public ledger and everyone can see your transactions, but some people will go that route. They don't want to track you down. They'd rather just have that piece of paper that clearly shows what you're selling. Again, this is going to be a struggle bus as we go forward, but it could put the XRP ledger on a different, level than the rest for two reasons. One is this. It's possible that we could just be exempt because it's built in. You don't have someone running it in the same traditional sense, making money. But there's a second. What is that? Well, most of the DeFi systems that Ripple is building right now, those are institutional grade. And in those systems, all the users will be KYC'd, not by the protocol itself, but the systems that are built on top. If Ripple builds a Uniswap for institutions, they're going to know who's using that. You and I won't be able to necessarily jump in there and make transactions. So either way, whether XRP Ledger is exempt entirely or maybe that's not exempt either, but there are some institutional grade DeFi systems that can operate compliantly here in the US built on top. Those institutions are down with it. Your regular DEX user will not be. They'll say, well, I'll just go to an exchange. If I have to give Joe Lubin all my information, I'd rather just trade on Coinbase. It's going to be interesting to see it play out. Now, again, I don't want to see this happen even if it's to XRP Ledger's advantage. I don't think that these decentralized exchanges or these wallets that have swapping mechanisms like MetaMask Swap, I don't think these are broker dealers. And I don't think they can comply, and it's a ridiculous requirement. And hopefully they work this out over the next few years. But you could march on towards this reality, and it could be a big competitive advantage for the XRP ledger. Just something I was thinking about today. Jeremy Hogan saying the following: January 15th is the SEC's filing deadline in Ripple versus SEC appeal. This is what he says, though. Don't be surprised when the SEC's brief is filed timely, and don't be dismayed. We should expect it. Why? This is still Gensler's SEC for the next few days. Not for long, but for now. The filing on January 15th has no effect on whether the case will be settled, which he believes isn't really likely, or dismissed by the new administration. It's meaningless. If Gary Gensler wants to dismiss it now, great. If not, we'll deal with the new administration. Highly likely this gets all wrapped up. Digital asset investor posting this snippet from this interview with Brad Garlinghouse. He was talking to, I forget which bank today, one of them. You can go over to Bank XRP's YouTube channel, watch the interview in its entirety. It's 45 minutes. But once again, he's hinting that, you know what? Yeah, there's going to be a Bitcoin reserve, but it's not just going to be a Bitcoin reserve. And he says there's so much talk about crypto reserves, I think they'll end up being a Bitcoin reserve and other technologies. So, of course, he's alluding to XRP and other top crypto assets. And, you know, the way I think it's going to play out is they are going to just hold the major cryptos that they seize. So someone's involved in some nefarious activity, government seizes your crypto stash. Instead of, auctioning it off, they're just going to hold it. And I think right now they might hold 200, what is it? They might hold 200,000 Bitcoin, I think, the U.S. government. There's some talk they may add another 1 million on top of that. I have a hard time believing that, but we'll see it play out. But likely it's not just going to be Bitcoin. It'll be Ethereum, XRP, HBAR, Solana, all your main coins there. And so this is going to be an exciting future. Listening to this interview, you understand that Brad Garlinghouse is ready to work with a pro-crypto regulator, ready to do some real work, and excited for the future in a way he hasn't been in a really, really long time. It was a great interview by him today. Cointelegraph announcing Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley says the Trump administration may unfreeze mergers and acquisitions. This is going to be big for tech, but specifically may transform the crypto industry. And I can think of, one company in a friendly environment that allows mergers and acquisitions that may pull off a blockbuster, and that's Ripple. I think, they have the firepower to do this. And the right combination of businesses here, if Ripple could pick one or two up, it could make a huge difference. I will look to 2025, 2026 before they IPO, something to happen there, because I think it's very possible. And they would pick someone up that complemented them and really got them ready to IPO in a big, big way, make a big splash. Look for that to happen. I put it over 50% chance we see a major merger or acquisition out of Ripple here in the next 12 to 24 months. Vet saying the following: is XRP ledger node era in the XRP community. And I saw Mickle really pushing for this, for people to spool up validators, to participate in the network. Truly amazing seeing new people fiddle and going for infrastructure. So a lot of people are running validators. It's something that I personally have never done. Let me know down in the comments below if you have. There's a lot of reasons other than to earn money why you would want to run your own infrastructure. For one, if you don't control your own access to the blockchain, it's not truly decentralized. Wing could block you, all the other validators could block you. If you don't have your own access point, then you don't really have full control here. So it's important for people to be able to do this. A little bit more complicated with the XRP ledger than it is for Bitcoin, but people are jumping in here and getting it done. Good to see. I thought Cointelegraph at first was hacked. Today they tweeted out XRP forms a bull flag pattern targeting $15, backed by surging open interest and historic bullish momentum. Look, my sell targets. They're lower than that, but would I be surprised to see something like this? No, not at all. Wouldn't surprise me. We should have probably hit last time around 10 or 12 bucks. So this time, hitting or exceeding 15 wouldn't surprise me one bit. Last one here, breaking. Sui hits 8 quadrillion transactions total. Amazing, amazing. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.